Okay, everyone, this is Spec coming at you once again. This time, non-wrestling related, and going to respond to Tommy D's um, question, basically that he was posing to everybody on the board, and specifically to me, what I was thinking about the Los Angeles Lakers being down 3 games to none against the Dallas Mavericks in the semifinals of the Western Conference playoffs here in 2011, and as I mentioned on the board in your head wrestlingonline.com, the board message board about this, it would take me 2 to 3 pages on this specific thread to answer Tommy's question about the Lakers' downfall right now. Um, First, I'm going to start off like this. The Lakers had, if you really look at it realistically, the Los Angeles Lakers have played more playoff games than anyone in the NBA since 2006, 2007. Um, this team has been through the NBA Finals for the last 3 straight years, winning 2 championships. Last year, they went all the way to Game 7 of the NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics. They're a tired bunch. They're a very tired team, and it's finally showing. Father Time is going to catch up with you eventually, and it's catching up with the Lakers right now. They're playing with dead legs. That's the first thing. You could tell just by the way they're playing. They look very old against the Dallas Mavericks. Many people seem to think that this is the same Dallas Maverick team that went to the NBA Finals and lost against the Miami Heat in the 2005 and 2006 season. This isn't the same team. The Dallas Mavericks have never faced the Los Angeles Lakers. This version of the Los Angeles Lakers and Dallas Mavericks have not faced each other in the playoffs ever. And they haven't matched up against each other since the 1988 season, I believe, or 89 season, one of which. So it's been a very, very long time since these two teams met up against each other in the playoffs. Um, Dirk Nowitzki is probably the biggest reason out of all the reasons I'm going to list why the Los Angeles Lakers are down right now. The NBA playoffs are not necessarily about stars, as the prognosticators and everybody else around the media will like to suggest. The NBA playoffs are about matchups. For several years, the Los Angeles Lakers have had the advantage in matchups as well as in coaching with Phil Jackson. Not this year. The Lakers, they do not have the same bench that they had of the previous two championships that they have won. They traded away a lot of key players that were part of that bench, and a lot of due to free agency. Jordan Farmar is now with the New Orleans. He is now with the New Jersey Nets of the NBA. You had Sasha Vujacic, who was a sharpshooter off the bench. One of the biggest reasons why they won Game 7, along with Ron Artest in the NBA Finals last year, 2009, 2010 NBA Finals. Um, those two guys are not with the team anymore. They also, don't have, the same type of chemistry that these teams had in the previous years. Ron Artest is just playing in la la land. Of course, he got suspended for for game number 3, for his vicious shot to the face of JJ Barea at the end of game number 2 in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. Um, Derek Fisher is there's only so many times you can make the key shots, and he's just old as well. Um, Point guards are faster than him and are more craftier than him. Jason Kidd, another reason why the Dallas Mavericks are winning in this series. He's very crafty. He may not have the legs anymore. He may not have the speed that he once possessed. But Jason Kidd can still knock down the key three-point shot. He still makes very crafty plays in between the game that only veterans like him would do. Very few guys in the league have his intellect. He's great. He's a great on-the-ball defender. He defends Kobe Bryant pretty well. The guy is just an amazing talent on the basketball court. He feeds Dirk the ball, and he really runs the offense. There's really nothing complex about the Dallas Mavericks in their scheme. They play defense now. The addition to Tyson Chandler and Brendan Haywood, it just plays dividends. And trust me, I wear the Bobcats hat right now. I saw Tyson Chandler play for us last season, and I was there as an intern in the organization looking at Tyson Chandler rehab. Wasn't the same guy that we saw with the New Orleans Hornets with Chris Paul for all of those years. A great defender, but he got himself in shape at the conclusion of last season. He went over and played in the FIBA World Championships along with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and those guys, and you see it's paying off dividends for him now. He came in shape. He came in basketball ready, and he has paid so much dividends for the Dallas Mavericks. They never, out of all the years, Dallas has been a perennial top four, top three team in basketball. They never had that one dominant center who can command respect in the paint, who rebounds hard, who plays very, very well. And that's who he is. He has solidified the front line of that team, along with Brendan Haywood. Those guys have just been absolutely tremendous. Jason Terry hitting big shots like he always has. This team has a knack for closing, and no one in the world can guard Dirk Nowitzki. I don't care who you are. You can put Lamar Odom against him. You can put the bigs, Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum against him. They can't stop Dirk Nowitzki. And when he's playing as forceful as he's doing right now, and he has had the soft label attached to him, but he has not been soft this year or even the previous year. Dirk is a changed player. He's been through, he says it himself, he's been down 0-2, he's been up 0-2, and he's lost series. The guy has been through it all in the NBA. This Dirk right here is playing like the Dirk Nowitzki I remember seeing against the San Antonio Spurs in the 05-06 season, which propelled them to the NBA Finals. Dirk is a beast. No one, we've never seen a guy like this. 7-foot beast who can shoot like he can shoot, who can rebound like he can rebound. It's just incredible. And now he's playing at an all-time level, and he's willing this team to win, as well as Jason Kidd. Those are the two leaders of this team. They're playing well. Peja Stojakovic is hitting key jump shots. Their bench, Deshaun Stevenson, who's been starting since Caron Butler, and I haven't even talked about Butler, who's been injured for a majority of the season, who's probably not going to be playing anymore this season, has just been, I mean, Deshaun Stevenson has been a very big key to the team. They're playing very well. Now, on the Lakers side of things, as I'm going to continue to harp on it, they're just not playing good, sound team basketball. For the majority of this season, this team has not really clicked. There's just so many different issues going on. I don't know, in a lot of things that have been allegedly mentioned, Pau Gasol has just been absolutely lost in this series. He's not playing like a big. He's playing more like a small forward who is just completely out of whack in his game. He's shooting more jump shots than actually driving the ball, posting down low in the box and trying to get easy shots to getting to the free throw line so that he can generate some offense that way. His defense has not been stellar, and him and Andrew Bynum are not getting the advantages as they should be getting on the glass. And that has a lot to do with Tyson Chandler as well as the entire Mavericks team finally committing to rebound. You beat the Lakers by rebounding. And no, I haven't spoken a lot about Kobe Bryant in this video. Kobe has done a pretty decent job, but him as well as long as everyone else are making dumb mistakes. The turnovers in Game 3 at the end of the game were just atrocious. Phil Jackson, you never see Phil Jackson basically pump up his players and try to say, all right, you gotta hurry, you have to get involved in the game. And he tried his best to snap Pau Gasol out by beating his chest and yelling at him and screaming at him and basically panicking, which we don't see Phil Jackson do, and he couldn't even get it out of him. There's been reports that Pau Gasol may have issues with Kobe Bryant's wife because Pau Gasol is engaged. He was engaged to his longtime fiance, but apparently that may be off because of some things, shenanigans going on between his former fiance, I guess former fiance and Kobe Bryant's wife Vanessa. I don't know if that's been alleged. TMZ has been reporting. I don't know if that's fact or not. But regardless, even if it is fact, Pau Gasol has to play like a professional. Now, even if that's not true, there's something wrong with Pau Gasol, and it's more mental than it is physical. And he's a big reason why they're down like 0-3 right now to the Dallas Mavericks as I make this video. Now, there's going to be a lot of prognosticators that are going to talk about the Lakers if they end up being swept tomorrow against the Dallas Mavericks on ABC. I would say this and caution all the critics about this. The Los Angeles Lakers this season they're not the same teams that we saw before the last couple of years. And even the last couple of years they've been very lethargic and very, very passive in the way they handle their business, but Kobe Bryant always seemed to bail them out. Kobe Bryant isn't that player anymore. And I think the telltale sign was in game one when they had a chance to win the game and on that lead just squandered. And Kobe Bryant missed a key three-point shot that would have propelled the Lakers to a possible series lead 1-0 instead of the 1-0, 0-1 deficit that they eventually suffered in the game due to Kobe missing the shot and the Mavericks hitting key free throws as a result. Bottom line, the Lakers need to be doing a whole lot better in terms of not making stupid mistakes because they're champions. But the Lakers are not they're not your usual NBA champions. As I said, this team has always played like they've been very lethargic, very laid back and Hollywood like. But they don't have the talent like they once did in previous years to combat that. Their bench isn't strong. Matt Barnes hasn't really given them anything. They got him from Orlando last over the off season after he signed a free agent deal with them. Steve Blake, who's a really good player, hasn't produced as many people may have thought he would produce, but he's not Jordan Farmer. It doesn't give that very, very important ingredient, which is a fast point guard in today's NBA who plays big, who drives down to the basket and is very basically fearless in his attack mode. They don't have that. Derek Fisher can't do that all the time because he's just aged to the point where he's very slow now. And even he can be over aggressive at times on the defensive end and just make very, very poor decisions like fouling Jason Terry last night. Excuse me, Jason Terry or Jason Kidd was one of them. But, you know, overall, the Los Angeles Lakers, in order for them to come back in this series, and no team has done it over the 98 attempts to come back from a 0-3 series deficit, they're going to have to do a whole heck of a lot in order to do that. And I just don't see that happening. The Dallas Mavericks are a very good team, and they're a different team than they were in previous years. And I see this team advancing. The Lakers have a lot of decisions to make about this team. They signed Pau Gasol last year, I believe, to a really, really lucrative contract, or a year or two ago. I believe it may have been 2 years. It was very, very not that long ago. Kobe Bryant is still in the books for a while. Andrew Bynum is a wild card. Are they going to try to get a Dwight Howard from Orlando in a trade? To me, Bynum showed a whole lot by basically calling his entire teammates out before Game 3 and saying that we got chemistry issues. Lamar Odom is a really good player. He can't guard Dirk Nowitzki, even if they allow him to start the game. Andrew Bynum and their bigs on pick and rolls are just getting killed by Dirk Nowitzki and also Jason Terry and Jason Kidd. Rick Carlisle is out as the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks is out coaching Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson for the first time in his career is in an 0-3 deficit, 3-0 deficit. Um, the Lakers have the talent. They have a lot of good talent in the team, but it's going to be a monumental climb in order for them to get back in the series because Dallas looks like they're ready for the kill, and we're going to see if they really are. This is the reason why I wanted to do a video, guys, because this just to show you all the issues that are going on right now with the Los Angeles Lakers. There's stuff I haven't even pointed out yet about this team that's going, like Shannon Brown. Um, there's been reports that Shannon Brown may have issues with being a bench player and maybe wanting to start and break out. There's just so much going on with the Lakers. But that's it. I think the series is pretty much over. And hey, I could be wrong, and I would be shocked though, but I could be wrong. Later, guys, and I hope that answered your question, Tommy.